We have a new friend of the show, factor75.com. Let me tell you something. We got to eat every day. It's a part of being a human. And some of the challenges that come with eating every day is how are we going to prepare that food? How are we going to pay for that food? How does that food get to our house? These are all challenges, right? I don't know how to shop at the grocery store. I always end up spending $500. I'm just doing too much, right? This is what Factor does. Factor makes this incredibly easy. They ship ready to eat meals to your front door, right? So if you don't know how to cook, or you don't have time to cook, or you don't have pots and pans to cook, everything that comes in that box is fresh and never frozen. All you have to do is pop it in the microwave and it is good to go. They make it easy. You go on the website, factor75.com, you pick up whatever meals you like that fits your lifestyle. It could be keto, it could be vegan and veggie, it could be high protein, whatever your prerogative is, you just put it in and they send these meals to your front door, and it is simple as that. So Voch says this, I'm gonna save you a little bit of money. Run over to factor75.com, factor75.com. Use promo code Voch Lombardi 50, VOCHLOMBARDI 50 for 50% off of your first box. That is at factor75.com, Voch Lombardi 50. Get your 50% off and enjoy the nourishment for your body. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all for tuning into the highlighted version of the film session. If you want more long form film sessions, about an hour, we watch all the games. We watch them over on Patreon, patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. See y'all over there. And we back today. We're looking at pass rusher, stand up outside linebackers, sometimes hand in the dirt DN, sometimes B gap, 3-tech pass rushy dude. Defensive lineman from Alabama, Will Anderson. He's going to be the 1A, 1B best player in the draft type guy. Fun dude. And what I really like about him is when we often talk about these best edge guys in the draft, we're always, banking on athleticism and upside from that athleticism, right? But I'm more so floor guy, and sometimes you have to ask yourself, are you floor guy or are you ceiling guy? Will Anderson is a very high floor player. So as soon as he gets fresh out the box, as soon as you take the wrapper off, he's going to be ready for you, and he should be good as soon as he lands to your team, whoever drafts him, whoever's watching this video in April right now. What I like about Will Anderson, right, is that he's not just get sack guy, but he's also get pressure guy. And what that means to me is that he is consistent as a pass rusher, right? And he's going to do it with a little bit of technique and nuance. Let me show you something. He's going to come off the line of scrimmage here, speed to power, boom, hands inside. All right, elbows are bent. My hat is under your hat. Elbows being bent is important because in order to get rid of dudes, we got to extend elbows, right? I just love this to pieces. But let me just show you something else though one more time, right? After he gets those hands inside, we're going to see a little bit more fight. Take a look at Will Anderson's right hand. He's going to get control of the offensive lineman's wrist right there. If Will has control of your wrist, he's stronger than you and you're not going to be stronger than him. That means I can continue to bull rush you, right? But the best thing about it, he's not a dude that gets stuck on a bull rush. He bull rushes you after he gets however much depth he needs, however much penetration he needs. He's going to get rid of you. Penetration. He's going to get rid of you, and then he's going to go put a chase on the quarterback. He didn't get the sack right here, but this pressure caused the incompletion. This is all Will Anderson. I wanted to show you this play for the sake of consistency. They're going to do a little bit of a slant up front. Will's going to end up on the guard, but he's going to win that pass rush exchange the same way. He's going to burst off the line of scrimmage, boom, but he's going to get control, right? That hand control on the inside, that's very important here. Sometimes our hands need to be inside. Sometimes our hand need to be on a bicep. Sometimes they need to be in the underarm. This time I'm going to control your wrist. Why is it important that he controls the guard's left wrist? Well, because he's going to the guard's left, and that's how he's going to get free and go get some more snacks. And one more play, and I'm going to use this as a transition point. Take a look. Will Anderson's lined up over the right tackle. This is a very fun play. We're going to talk about it after we run it, and we're going to get that result. Come here, Hendon Hooker. All right, so peep this out. Let me tell you why this is important, and I'm going to take this play and talk about the next few plays based on this, right? Will Anderson's just not going to shoot upfield. He's a well-coached Alabama Nick Saban player, right? So one, he's going to come off the football, but he's going to read for the run, right? And you see in the backfield here, let me rewind to show you the backfield. Tennessee's actually showing play action here. So a very disciplined player, he has to read that run. So I'm saying this to say, hey, if you're going to draft Will Anderson and you're a team that does a lot of two-gapping, Will Anderson can do some two-gapping for you. He's a well-coached player. He's used to punching kids in the chest, extending and reading both gaps there. But this is not a run. This is play action, right? So Will Anderson's going to look in the backfield and he's going to identify that. Look at what Will Anderson does to somebody's son once he realizes that this is not a run play. Get down, and then he's going to go get some more snacks on your quarterback. Fun play. Take a look at this play. Draft in, draft out. I always talk about these top tier pass rushers or whatever. Sometimes I always have gripes about how they do versus the run game. Well, Will Anderson loves him some run game. Very technical. He attacks the run game with great vengeance and furious anger, just like I showed you in the last play, right? It's all about technique with him. It's all about hat level with him. It's all about finding the ball carrier with him, right? So if you are a team or the team that drafts Will Anderson, you don't have to worry about him being a rundown player. Like I said for you, he's fresh out the box, ready to go. He's a very high floor player. As soon as he gets to your team, you don't have to beat him upside the head with a kid. You get a lot of sacks or whatever, but you got to be good versus the run. Will Anderson will be good versus the run. Also, notice where he lines up here, right? Like I said, sometimes he's a B gap player. Sometimes he's standing up. Sometimes he's outside of the tackle. This time he's lined up in this 4, not really a 4-eye, but just a head up 4. He's gonna work that daggum 2-gapping. So if you're a 2-gapping team, congratulations, depending on who drafts him. Arizona or Chicago, whoever ends up with him, unless something crazy happens in the draft, like a trade or something. But one more play, then we're moving on. So how about this play? I'm gonna run it. We just gonna highlight Will Anderson, show you where he is. We're gonna talk about this play after we run it, man. Let's just look at yo, bro. Let me tell you why this is my favorite play, or one of my favorite plays from Will Anderson. First of all, we talked about him being a sometimes B gap guy, right? So here you go. He's not the biggest guy for B gap or whatever. When you get him on your team, maybe some off-season peanut butter, make him a little bigger. But he's a guy that's that played a lot of B gap at Bama. I don't know if he's gonna do this in real life, but let me just talk about this play and how fantastic this play is. Will Anderson in the run game, like, you can't just kind of block Will Anderson. You got to block the hell out of Will Anderson. You know what I mean? He's not just going to stay blocked for you. And even though he didn't make this play, he kind of did, in my personal opinion. He didn't make this play, right? Because one, boom, he's going to occupy the right tackle. That's fun. But the right tackle, what I say, he didn't block the hell out of him. He just kind of wanted to put a hat on a hat, but you can't hat on a hat. Will Anderson, right? Occupies the right tackle, boom, continues to get downhill, and he's going to take out this puller. Why is that important? Because in real life, this puller was probably going to block this linebacker right here. He was going to wrap to go hit 12 or something like that. But no, Will Anderson taking out this guard because of his run game audacity. Well, 12 gets to run free now. 12 didn't make the play, but in any other situation, bro, 12 would have been the guy that gets to be the hero, all because of the dirty work of Will Anderson. See what I'm talking about? A guy that's one of the top pass rushers, a top player, a top talent in this draft. I'm talking about him doing dirty work. That's what makes him a high floor player. Whatever team gets Will Anderson, I do think it's a very low bust potential, because I just think he just rolls out the bed, ready to go. There's going to be, some questions about Will Anderson. Well, Voch, is he a Myles Garrett type guy? Is he a Von Miller type guy? I've seen some people compare him to Von Miller. I don't know. But I do think Will Anderson is a very good player, and I think he'll fit fantastically if you're a team that has a good pass rusher already to pair Will Anderson along with that guy. It should be a very fun draft season. So hey, leave a comment. If you drafted Will Anderson here, or if you're watching this in the still draft process or whatever, tell me what you think about Will Anderson and where you have him going. Leave a like on all the pages and hit the sub on all the pages, and come back to all the pages. If you want to see more film, please come back to patreon.com/Voch Lombardi, is where we watch this film in full. And don't forget to get your first box at Factor for 50% off using promo code Voch Lombardi 50. All right, love y'all to pieces, man. Y'all hold down for the dose. You wasn't a piece of whiskey. Until next time, salute.